Lady Patra broke onto the musical scene with her song, A Man Me Love. We hear the backstory to that song in our Philly Culture segment.
Philly Culture is powered by Ray White Overproof Rum. Philly Culture.
Now, young man, I want to know a phone the time now. And I want to spread out all on Lady Patra come with the things different. See? How bad company are we with the key? So you do for that? Hey, come now. A man me love, man me penetrate. Me no keep bad company, them the same thing, them me hate. A man me love, man me penetrate.
How did that song come about?
Well, you know, I decided to move back to Kingston and then live with my aunt a little bit in Seaview Garden. And I heard about the studio Penthouse and Music Works at the time that was on Slipe Road. So when I got there, you know, I introduced myself. I was literally outside talking to some of the artists and everything like that. And then I went upstairs and introduced myself to Stephen Stanley at the time. Gussie Clark wasn't there. I think Mikey Bennett was there at the time. But Stephen Stanley was very, you know, into it. He was like, let me hear you up. And I was like, okay. And immediately I started giving him some lyrics. He said, all right, you're good. And then they gave me a track that they were working on at the time with Shabba Ranks, Howie T, Brian Tony Gold. I think Lady G was also on that track.
Young man, listen very keenly. Take care of no woman like a young baby. No make them walk on the road and trouble nobody. Now sit down on the road and chat nobody.
Back then, if you have an idea and you're in the studio, you have to do it right there. It's not like now that I write my lyric and just put the things aside. And they worked with me. Stephen Stanley worked with me at the time, and then I got that song done. Yeah. The vibe was like a country girl just come to town. Things is so different, and I'm getting this opportunity to do what I was doing. Here I am in a professional-looking studio, and people want to give me their time. You know, so I would tell my aunt in Seaview Garden, because at the time I was staying in Seaview Garden, I said to her that I'm going back to the studio because they invite me to do a song. And then I just went in and do it. But it was so surrounded by so much stars. You have Buju Banton next door, Wayne Wonder, Gregory Isaac, and over on the other side you have like, as I just tell you about Howie T, Brian, Tony Gold. It was just surrounded by so much people at the time. So for me, it was an intriguing experience. It was a lot of fun, lots of joke and everything.
A man me love, man me penetrate. Me da keep bad company, them the sinking, them me hate. A man me love, man me penetrate.
Oh my gosh, if you weren't on a sound system back in the day, you haven't arrived. And that was like so amazing for me. And until this day, I love that idea. Things has changed. Man, I don't know of any Jamaican artists back in the day who don't have to touch the sound system first. You understand, in order to do that. And that's why I give mad respect to Ninja Man every time, because he's the first entertainer see me and say, yo, Patra, hold the mic, I'm gonna mash up the place. You understand what I mean? So if Ninja Man, even if you weren't singing some big tune and stuff like that, once Ninja Man introduce you, the crowd go with you.
Enough of the girl nowadays come for them, make them not have ambition. They don't think of no way to make them future plan. They help them mother, uncle, auntie, and everyone.
What kind of opportunities did that debut recording open for you afterwards? Did it open the door for producers now wanting to work with you, people showing interest to do stuff with you?
Yeah, man, definitely, because I remember when I was there, same time after I did that song at Gussie Clark, there was a Japanese company that was in Jamaica at the time, and they have this Japanese song called Guess It's the Pains That, and they wanted somebody to do it in English. And the guy was working over by Penthouse at the same time, and I remember the engineer called me from next door and say, yo, check her out because she can sing as well, and things like that. And they gave me the stuff. His name is Sonny Ochoy. I'll never forget his name because he used to bring a lot of artists for shows as well in Jamaica. And that song, it opened doors. So after that, I was traveling to Japan immediately, Cayman Islands, and all over the world. So that particular project for me from Music Works, from out of Gussie Clark and them stuff, has opened, you know, and opened a big thing for me, yeah.
Number one, no bother, mix me up, no bother, mix me up, no bother, mix me up, yes, son, no cuss, no bother, mix me up, no bother, mix me up, no bother, mix me up, yes, and no fuss, a man, me love, man, me penetrate.
It's time now to see which songs are taking charge in our Magnum Top 10 chart. Take it away.
Me lose enough things, but now I get it back. But feel empty, me heart empty.
Too much sad story, I'm not pretend me you're the psychologist.
Watch his style, big split, fully chipping on my rich. Pass the brick, me flinging pan.
Bangs march pen, you will do this half thing. Kill them brawl in a one.
Watch it, me gently press the lefty body very messy. Knock him this special, make him.
Somebody can't save me. Me never born rich, me born crazy.
Last, now everybody go job breakfast.
Be don't worry, keep blessing me.
Bless me, baptize me.
Go watch the booms, hop, skip your when me there. Swing your one from left to right, me know the saga my then.
Well, that's it for your favorite entertainment, pop culture, lifestyle show, Pree Dis. It's been your host, Milky One. I'll see you next week. This is how I leave you. Bye-bye.
Pree Dis was brought to you in partnership with Magnum Tonic Wine. Take charge. JF Mills, the heart and soul of your kitchen. Ray White Overproof Rum, Philly Culture, Swiss Ketchup and Barbecue Jerk Sauce, better because it's Swiss, and by Eve Hot Pepper Sauce. Eve, the first family of fine foods.